Well, first question that comes to mind is people look at me and they say, who owns the wheelchair? And I have to tell them that it's mine. The first time I got on the bike, I transferred myself up from the chair onto the saddle of the bike and put my leg over the tank, and I never looked back from there. It was the most incredible sense of exhilaration and just relief, and that I could once again in my life enjoy a passion that I thought at one time I would never enjoy. My name is Billy Marvin. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. When I hear motorcycles, I instantly smile. My first motorcycle, I was 16 at the time. I loved it. At that time, it even gave me a real sense of freedom and independence. Of course, I was still on my feet then, but I enjoyed riding every day. My disability is called transverse myelitis. It's an unknown virus that affects the spinal cord. It happened in 1984. It was quite unusual. My feet went numb over a period of 3 days, and over a period of 90 days, I was paralyzed at T12 from the waist down. And to this day, they still don't know what it is. It's a very rare illness. I travel a lot in my car, and I travel a lot on the motorcycle, cross-country to various rallies. And over the years, I've had a hard time finding wheelchair-accessible hotels. And so I decided to look into having an RV built that would be all wheelchair-accessible. The project started 3 years ago with a design, and then I did a whole bunch of a series of modifications. I did the hand controls, of course. Going back from there, I had the sofas and everything level with the slide out so that I didn't have a 6-inch space to overcome. I have a roll-in shower in it that's all tile with a fold-up bench. I have the kitchen counter sink and the vanity counter sink all made so that I can roll right under them so I don't have to work off the side. So I've made it easy that way. One key factor that I needed to consider with the RV and the building of it was what kind of a lift I was going to use in it. I needed a lift that would suit my needs and wouldn't take up too much room when you put it out of the side of the motorhome. So I decided I'd go with the super arm lift, which takes you out and drops you down directly, pretty much right beside the motorhome, rather than having the ramps and everything, which in a lot of RV parks, you don't have that kind of room. When I get in the RV and I get into the cab of the Freightliner motorhome, and the trailer's hooked up, the bikes are in it, the total length from front bumper to the back of the trailer is 70 feet long. So it's up there with the length of a full-size semi-trailer. And I go from biker to trucker, all in a matter of a few minutes. It was quite an experience pulling into big truck stops and having all these big semis around you. And then when you swing out the back door, the response you get from other truck drivers is quite entertaining, if you will. RVing is like the motorcycle community. It's a camaraderie, it's a family. So I'm embracing a whole new family other than the motorcycle family, and the freedom and the independence and the mobility that the RV is offering me is beyond my wildest dreams. I'm having such a good time, and I'm very blessed that I can do this.